Jack Thunder and the Fragments of Anima, Book 2, Water. Chapter 1, An All-Important Vacation. "Frosty, are you ready yet?" Jack Thunder shouted to his sister. It had been a few days since Jack Thunder saved Tempest Island from a Wendigo and proven himself worthy to wield the legendary air fragment Stormbringer. Now he was on the hunt for the remaining 5 fragments, and he had just detected the presence of the sea stone in the Turquoise Archipelago. At least he believed it to be the sea stone. The fragments would pulse when they detected each other after all, and Stormbringer just started glowing dark blue, the color of the water element. If his calculations were correct, it would be important to get down there and find it before it fell into the wrong hands. "Just give us a second, we're almost ready," Frosty shouted back. She knew how important this mission was too. Before he knew it, they were all ready to go to the surface. Jack Thunder glanced back at Stormbringer. Indeed, the staff was still pulsing, shining emerald and sapphire. He, Frosty, San, and Razor made their way to the edge of the island. Far down below, they could see the teal sea gleaming like so many diamonds. Concentrating hard, Jack Thunder remembered the spell he'd used to generate a rainbow bridge when he'd first found the staff. "Powers of rain and summer storm, I beseech you, split the skies open and draw down a bridge of colors. Cast it from here to the central island." And just like magic, a rainbow beam emerged from the staff and began snaking down towards the island. When it was finished, it snapped off, the other end landing at his feet. "Well, you ready to go?" The team nodded. "Well then, let's go!" Jack Thunder exclaimed. With that, he jumped on the rainbow and began to slide down it, all the way down to the surface. The rest of the team followed suit. San fought the urge to screech as he slid down head first. Razor, meanwhile, seemed to be enjoying every minute of it. Jack Thunder and Frosty gently touched down on the beach, dusting themselves off. San and Razor, who are not used to using rainbows for travel, landed far less gracefully. San ended up face-planting in the sand with the wyvern whelp landing on top of his head. Razor quickly jumped off and ran to Jack Thunder's side. San picked himself up, dazed but unharmed, shaking his head side to side to clear it and get the sand out of his nose. "Ugh, I'm getting too old for this." His vision cleared and he looked around. They were surrounded by a pristine pink sand beach. To one side, turquoise waves lapped at the edges of the beach. To the other, a riot of palm trees and tropical flowers greeted them at the edge of the jungle. They had landed on the central island's west coast. The sea stone has to be around here somewhere, Jack Thunder thought. He glanced back and forth from the sea to the jungle. He swung the staff inland, and it began to pulse faster. Motioning to the rest of the crew to follow him, he made his way into the jungle. The islands of the Turquoise Archipelago may have been popular vacation destinations, but they weren't known for having clear paths running through them. The thin trails that cut through the jungle were full of holes and overgrown with tropical vines and mosses. Jack Thunder and his crew had to step carefully to avoid tripping and falling. Despite this, Jack Thunder always found the islands to be quite beautiful. Tropical flowers of all colors decorated the trees, and the songs of tropical birds filled the air. But the island was different from how Jack Thunder remembered. He recalled how he had visited the island a couple of times when he was younger. It was around the dawn of autumn, the same time of year as now. He remembered the balmy, sweltering heat that encompassed the island, and the cool breeze that provided scant relief. To beat the heat, the island's residents and tourists alike bathed and swam in the turquoise sea in droves. Not so much of that now. He had seen no sign of anyone in the bay, whether tourist or otherwise, just a bunch of tropical fish. And the island seemed colder somehow? The sun hid behind a cloud, that explained it. But that didn't explain why there was no breeze. The air was as still and placid as a glacier. As they trudged further into the jungle, Jack Thunder had one question on his mind. Where is everybody? At the very least, the residents of the island should have been preparing for the autumnal equinox. The dawn of autumn had already passed, and fairies across Alterus would use the date as a cue to start preparations for the end-of-year celebrations they would host as winter approached. But there was no one else around. Maybe they were working on it in their homes? Before long, the crew came upon a clearing filled with lodges made from palm logs. They had arrived at one of the many villages of the islands. Jack Thunder spotted a few talking animals and earth fairies mulling about. He sighed with relief. Maybe now he would get some answers. Hi there, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like more from our friend Jack Thunder, you can check out my new book series, Jack Thunder and the Fragments of Anima, on Amazon using the link in the description. Or you can head on over to my Teespring and grab a few things from my shop. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content every week. Thank you for watching.